Hello and welcome to the International Society for Physical Activity and Health podcast. Our first podcast series is a rapid fire series on ISPA's councils and networks. It's time to get into our podcast for today with your host, Matthew Teppy McLaughlin.
Okay, today I'm here with the Sedentary Behaviour Council doing our series of podcasts on councils. So I'm going to dive straight in because we've not got a lot of time. So Sedentary Behaviour Council, who are you and kind of what do you do?
Hi, Teppy. Thanks for organizing this podcast. I'm Katrien Wijndalen, and for the past 4 years, I've been co-chairing the Sedentary Behaviour Council together with Bridget Lynch. We have had Paul McKee as our secretary. He'll briefly introduce himself.
Yes, hello. So I'm the secretary, and I have been since 2018, and I'm going to continue my role for the next 2 years as well.
So what kind of activities have the Sedentary Behaviour Council got involved with?
So I'll give you a very brief flavor of some of the key projects we've been undertaking in the past 4 years. One of our flagship projects has been the SBC GOPA project, so the Sedentary Behavior Global Monitoring Initiative. So this has been a great collaboration with another ISPA council, the GOPA team, where we try to identify prevalence levels of self-reported sitting time across the globe. And Teppy, we've been lucky enough to have you leading on this project. One of the main outcomes of this is that we will contribute sedentary behavior indicators to the next version of the GOPA country cards. And many of our members have been able to contribute to this project, and we're likely to continue this beyond the launch of the new updated cards. We've also published some state-of-the-art papers on sedentary behavior. One was recently published in the Journal of Physical Activity and Health on sedentary behavior and chronic disease, what the mechanisms and future directions may be. So this was following on the satellite workshop we had in Cambridge, adjacent to the ISPA London meeting in 2018. And then a last key project, which our new co-chairs will also talk a bit more about, is the Entering program, which we've recently set up and where we really want to provide tailored mentoring of our members to a senior researcher in the field, so to enable them to get help and support in a specific project relating to sedentary behavior research that they really want further input on.
Great. Well, we might dive straight over to the new incoming chairs then. So I'll let you introduce yourselves.
I'm Audrey Berguignan, or for some, I'm Dr. B because it's much easier to say. So in terms of the example of activities members can engage with, first of all, we really would like to invite every single person to share their thoughts on the priorities they would like to see the SBC focusing on over the next 2 years. And I propose team projects that they believe it could advance the council activities and research in the field. Of course, we would like to invite people to participate to one of the ongoing projects. We talked already about the GOPA country cards or...
Unfortunately, we lost Audrey there, but Audrey joined us back again, where she started to talk about the mentoring program.
Work on the project together, and we're really hoping to expand this program. So we'll ask for feedback to the participants, and then we will work with members to improve it over the next years. We will also like to work with the members to identify a common project to launch to a new project, and this could be different thing. We can think of a position statement for the council, a meta-analysis, to provide scientific community with a state of the art on a specific question, of course related to sedentary behaviors, or a call of action, for example. But really the key point will be to work together to think about our next project over the next 2 years.
Okay, my name is Aoko Oluwayomi For me, being a member of Sedentary Behaviour Council has given me a huge opportunity to engage with an international network of experts, advanced and early career, with interest in advancing the science, advocacy, and practice relating to sedentary behavior and impacts on health. This will be made possible if you become a member of SBC. Yeah, through the website. Obviously, you need to be a member of ISPA before you become a member of Sedentary Behavior Council. So the first one links to the second. So you can get more information on the website, and you will be able to get along with other members.
Okay, that's all we've got time for today. A big thank you to Alco, Katrine, Audrey, and Paul, as well as Bridget, who couldn't join us today. I can personally vouch for the Sedentary Behaviour Council being a fantastic council, and you can find out more about the council and how to join via the ISPA website. Well, that brings us to the end of today's podcast. But if you haven't done so already, I'll encourage you to subscribe to your favourite podcast channel. The International Society for Physical Activity and Health podcast is available on all of the leading podcast channels, including Apple, Spotify, Google. If you've got an idea for a podcast, you can send that through to info@ispa.org. Thank you very much for listening, and we hope you can join us on our podcast again soon.